I've got 2 children of my own. So what do I want for those 2 children of my own? If I could list the 10 things that are the most important things for my children, it would be a real deep experience of God. It would be a passion to follow Him. It would be a desire that in everything God's guidance, God's truth is there, that everybody knows, that my children can't stop talking about God. Well, that's what I want for these children. I'm going to want the best for my children, and therefore I want the best for these children. When children arrive at PowerPack, I think they walk into our marquee, it's full of bright colour, and they expect a holiday club, a party. And what they get is something far more than that. So they walk in and there's a praise that is wholehearted. And you can see them, the first children who come for the first time stand there going, what's this? No one worships like this in my church. You can just see it on their faces as they look around. And then as we go through the meeting, they begin to feel more comfortable with this environment. And we have our worship time, which praise and worship is the same, but our worship time is more reflective. So then there's children wholeheartedly closing their eyes, holding their arms up, and these new children, they're looking around going, no one does this in my church, but I really like it. And then we ask the children to respond to something, so they choose to respond, and they realise that there's much more to this Christianity than they've heard before. So they come back the next night. They're often the first children at the door. They come in and they're ready. And then we talk about listening to God, and they hear what God says to them. And it's as if they're just like amazed that why hadn't anyone told them this before? Why hadn't somebody said, there is a God and He does change your life? So they begin to realise, so they worship. They don't just worship like you sing a song, they really worship. And when you look at them, it's amazing. So you stand there and you go, this child has become a Christian, they've chosen to follow, they understand what it means, and they're serious about it. They worship because they really know Father God, and they really want Him to make a difference in their lives and their families' lives. And then we move on, and we talk about families and friends, and they go, hang on a minute, I want my family. I've got a dad who's not a Christian, or my friend who isn't a Christian. I want them to have some of this. And I think PowerPack just opens the eyes, allows an opportunity to open these children's eyes to see that there is a much bigger God than often they've thought there was.